So we stay in aloha as much as we possibly can. And we don't criticize, because criticism breaks aloha. So one of the first things to do in this kind of self-love is to stop criticizing ourselves and others. Because it doesn't work, it doesn't make sense, doesn't do anything useful. So if we can learn to stop criticizing ourselves, we're well on the way to...
Well on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for those tuning in with us, maybe you could describe what aloha is.
Well, aloha is, by my definition, is the pleasure of connection with anything. We connect with other people, we connect with the earth, we connect with the plants and the animals and the sky, the sea, this wonderful land. So we stay in that conscious connection. That's aloha. Mm-hmm. Being mindful that the other being is a part of us, and we wish that other being love. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the criticism thing is pretty major, I think, for many of us, and an indicator of that is if we're feeling in judgment in a critical way of other people. Mm-hmm. Usually it's starting with being critical of ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yes.
We think we're all okay. I mean, that's the first step of not being aware, is we think we're okay and they have a problem.
Right.
Yeah. So recognizing that, right?
Very good. Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. We started there, actually, 5 days ago.
Indeed we did. Indeed we did. Yeah, it's important to remember and recognize that what we are seeing outside of us is really a reflection of what's going on inside of us.
Yeah.
And so the conscious creation aspect of this is to look around and see everything and recognize that we created it. I mean, what the heck? This is... In this case, I'm really happy with what I created.
It's a good creation you have here, Stewart. Yes.
So it is, if we see beautiful things, recognize that we called that into our lives.
Yeah.
If we see things that we're unhappy with, recognize that we call that into our lives. And so by paying attention to what is in front of us, we can get a measure of how well we're doing at conscious creation.
Yeah, so that sort of comes down to taking responsibility for what's around, which of course is great when it's great. And it's a little trickier, I think, for some of us to fully take responsibility when things are not what we would call the greatest. And that might get into the whole way of telling our stories.
Right. Okay, fair enough. But to look at things that are not the greatest, and leave it at that, is to miss the whole point of why some things aren't all that pleasant.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So,
tell us more about that.
Yeah. If we are here as conscious beings, creator beings, mm-hmm. and we are learning how to get good at creation, which is the assumption that I make. Mm-hmm. Then all the things that we don't like are part of the lesson in how to create what it is that we do want and we do like. So it's a matter of saying, okay, boy, I didn't like that. Whew, did I not like that? And saying, okay, now I know not to do that.
Yeah. I've
learned something. I'm better at creation because I understand at least one more thing that I don't want to do. Mm-hmm. So every single one of these things that we don't like is part of this training to get good at creating what we do like.
And focusing more on that.
And focusing more on that. Thank you, yes.